I'm not saying anything unless you brought it. Do you get this guy? I mean, Kuklinski's dead. Iceman's been dead for years, but if you want me to help clear your case file, you gotta bring it. I'm not doing this for my own good. Hey, we agreed to talk on one condition only. Did you go to Checkerboard Cheesecake or not? Yeah, the Checkerboard Cheesecake, Alliance, Ohio. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know who the Iceman is. Maybe I don't know who Mr. Tasty is. Hey, you're the one that wants to know, not me. I got all day. All right. I'm not looking at no photographs. I'm not looking at no photographs. I ain't looking at no nothing. I need an ashtray. Hang on, get my ashtray. Nothing over here. What do you want? Huh? Okay. Yeah, some people still have ashtrays. This is my office, not yours. You're the one who wants us. Did you bring it or not? Or we're done here. Okay. Slide it over here. Ooh. What we got here? Smells good. Smells fresh. Cold. Kept it cold. I like that. Feels like a dozen. Yeah, it might be a little light. Might be a little light. Sure there's a dozen in here? And we'll be the judge of that. I'll share. People I run with. What'd they say when you asked? You had to special order it, didn't you? Oh, so that's why you got a big red ass. You had to special order some cannoli to get a little information. I think it's pretty cheap if you ask me. Would it cost you a whole $20? Best cannoli in the state of Ohio. Checkerboard cheesecake. Very best. And you're complaining about $20? You're something else. You're something else. You feds are all the same. Oh, I had to spend $20. I spent more than $20 on my dinner last night for myself. I had 10 people in my family at Ezio's. So I'm down at Ezio's. The bill's like $2.50. Best banana Foster I've ever had in my entire life. I'm serious. Don't tell just anybody. But the salad's not so good. But best banana Fosters I've ever had. And I've been to Metropolitan Orlando, Florida. I've had banana Fosters everywhere. Oh boy, you gotta have a stone. Me and the boys are having a couple of stones, keystones that is. Yep. Gotta have your keystone. But with these cannolis, oh, making a mess. These cannolis now, if they're legit, there's only one beverage I'm gonna have with that. My after dinner snack. Let's take a look at what you got in this box here. Oh, the FBI. Ooh. You know what they say. Ooh. I know. Oh. Oh, you guys are gonna like this. Don't look like it doesn't. Look at that. Oh. Those are some fresh cannolis. Oh. Those look like they came straight from Salerno, Sicily, right there. Oh my God. Hey, only a true paisan can appreciate a dozen cannolis like this. Look at these things. Just wait. You'll get your turn. Yeah, you. Why, I oughta. Those are nice. Look at that. Oh, that look good. Hey, you Feds did all right. You did all right for a change. Let's take a look at one of these. Let me plate one for myself here. Plate one for myself. Well, it's like a pastry shell. See? And then it's got the, I don't know what that stuff is inside. The filling. You know, it's like cream cheese or something. I don't know what it is. And then they put the peanut butter chips or chocolate chips in there, something. Not peanut butter. What do they put? Chocolate chips in there. See the chocolate chip there on the end? It's blurring up there. Okay. And then it's just a round pastry. They're not knockoff. This isn't a knockoff. It's definitely checkerboard cheesecake. I got my sister's wedding cake at Checkerboard Cheesecake. Well, I couldn't get my wedding cake there because we got married right after Christmas. And right after Christmas, they're closed in January for a couple weeks. Well-deserved break. Full-service bakery. Best cookies. My sister's wedding had the best cookie tables you've ever seen. I'm telling you. Best cookie tables you've ever seen at a wedding. We had the wedding soup there. My own mother made the wedding soup. Look at me, I'm making a pig of myself. Okay, stop. Best cannoli. Outside of Little Italy, you're never going to get cannoli like this. Not too sweet. They don't over sweeten it. Very classic. Very classic. Why are you putting powdered sugar on it if it's already sweet? You know? You were there? You guys were taking pictures at my sister's wedding? You guys are everywhere. You guys are like a cockroach. You're everywhere. Turn the lights off and you just turn the lights off. You guys come out of the woodwork. You Feds. Oh, your fake news and all that stuff. So anyway, my sister's wedding, best cookie tables you've ever seen. I told everybody, no. You bring something, but I'm going to have cookie tables. And we had a bunch of wedding soup, the cavatelles, the rigatoni, and then we had the, what do they call that? It's kind of new. We had that, no, we didn't have hunky hand grenades. No stuffed cabbages. We had stuffed pepper soup. Now you think, stuffed pepper soup? What in the hell is stuffed pepper? I had stuffed pepper soup at my sister's wedding to die for. I've never had it anywhere else, but here I have it. Yeah, we had some haluskis, and I said, if I see one stuffed cabbage at my sister's I promised I wouldn't swear. Today's my grandmother's, God rest her soul. Today is my dear grandmother's birthday, and on her birthday I never swear, never use the Lord's name in vain, and I just won't do it. But I always get a little, amped up. I get a little, when I talk about my sister's wedding, because it was like both the best. I paid for the whole thing. I had to. We had some hula skis and that. And I said, if there's one stuffed cabbage, if there's one cabbage roll at this wedding, I swear to God, I'm going to kill somebody. It's going to be random. I'm just going to whip out my 38. Yeah, I always carry a 38 snub nose. You guys know that. You got the file on me. And I'm just gonna plug somebody. I'm just gonna put my gun up to a random person, one of his family. I'm gonna pull the trigger. I'm gonna open up that coconut, and I'm gonna spill their noodles all over the freaking table. And I meant it. I really did. I meant it. I meant it. I'll tell you why. She marries this Polish guy. And I can put up, he works for me. And he's a flop. He's a flop. Don't even, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you guys don't even have a file on him because he's too dumb to pull any jobs. So we just let him clean up around here, and he runs the pool hall for us. He's pretty good. He makes us some money. But you can't trust him to do it. You can't tell him nothing. So she marries this Polish kid. He's a nice kid, and his family's there. And I said, okay, I'll put up with the haluskis, the cabbage noodles and all that, and the butter and the bread and whatever the hell else those people eat. But if I see one cabbage roll, it's off. And it was like the worst day of my life. My sister's sitting there. I'm trying to have a beer. I'm trying to have a bottle of beer at the bar, and a full bar. Yeah, mixed drinks, everything. I brought my own bottles in. Save a lot of money. I brought my own bottles in. That's how you save money on a wedding. I ain't gonna pay there. When am I gonna pay for your bottles when I got mine for free? Mine come off the back of that same truck that delivered to them the day before. They're getting the stuff in for the wedding, and we just went around the back, took the liquor off the truck, come around the front. Here's the liquor for the wedding. Bing, bang, boom. Right? Boy, they were pissed. They were so pissed. I'm sitting there with my sister. I gave her away because, my father, God rest his soul. I give my sister away. The whole time. I'm in the back, I got my hand inside my coat. I'm like, oh God, I could just cap this guy right now. And we can all go down to Savatel's. One bullet right between the eyes. I want him to see it coming. My sister's going, oh, please don't kill him. Please don't kill him. Please don't kill him. Promise me on Mama's head. My mother's there. My grandmother's there. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. Promise to me. Promise me. Promise on your kids' heads. Promise on your kids' heads. It was the worst day of my life. I said, all right, I won't kill him. The things I do for family. But I'm like, I can't give him a job. He can't pull no jobs. Because he can't keep that mouth shut. He cannot keep that mouth shut. That's why I'm sitting here in front of the fence right now. Because of him. Aren't they good? These are good. Look at that. Look at the little chocolate chip in there. I'm just going to get one eye. Okay. So you got a little thing. Chocolate chip. And the powdered sugar. See the powdered sugar? And there's a little shell. Then they squoze the filling in there. It's like a cream cheese type filling. They squoze it out of this bag. They got a bag. Well, this is how I picture it anyway. They got this bag and they squoze it. You know, like the baker got the icing. He puts the icing on the cake. We have white cake. So she's gonna marry this guy, and I'm like, well, get a white cake. Get a nice white cake with the thing in the tower and the champagne glasses and the chocolate fountain, so everybody can put their hands in it. What is it with these people? What is it with these people? They go, well, I gotta have a chocolate fountain. I gotta have a chocolate fountain. And everybody's putting their hand in there. You know, they're putting their filthy, muddy, mother fudging hands. And they just went to the bathroom. I just saw the guy. I'm watching this guy. He's from Warsaw. I know it because he still talked like he was from over in the old country. You know, he's like, hey, how you doing, part-timer? I'm like, I'm not no part-timer. My full-time job to hate your guts. And he's sitting there and he's like talking a lot of, and I'm trying not to swear. No swears. No swears. Okay. Oh, my grandmother's. Oh, Grandma, I love you. I love you, Grandma. Oh, I love you. I don't know how I even talk about this guy. Excuse me. I don't even know. Hang on a minute. Let me get the bad boy out. Look at that. That's some cannoli. Drinking vino right there. You're going to have some cannolis. You got to have yourself a Colt 45. Works every time. Yeah. This is in honor of one of my friends. I don't know if I should say his name. But anyway, my friends always like it when we crack a cold one, you know? Have some cannoli. Talk about the old country. And I'm sitting there, and this guy coming out of the toilet, you know? Come out of the toilet, and he's, hey, how you do, part-timer? You only part-time. You only work part-time. I'm like, you're going to find out. You keep it up, old man. Never washed his hands. I had a kid in there. I paid him to do the towel thing on the arm and the little fancy soap dishes with the seashell soap dishes with the little carvings of the soap. And I said, I want to know, every single guy that comes out of that bathroom doesn't wash their hands and touches that ladle. If I find out one guy, you didn't warn me. I had a whole box of ladles for the cavatels behind the buffet table. We went through almost a whole box of ladles. Didn't wash their hands. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, give me the list, Who ain't washing their hands? Who do these people think they are? I don't come here to eat. They're drinking my drink. They're eating my food. Chasing my sisters around. And they ain't washing their hands. And the kid says, boss. They ain't nobody washing their hands. The food's so good. They're running right back out to get another plate. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, you mean him? Salvador? Nicholas? Johnny Palermo? None of them washing their hands. I'm like, what the hell is going on around here? What do you people think this is? What is this, a food kitchen? What is the Mission? We're down at the Mission now. Just put it in a bowl of soup and just pour the cavatels on top and eat it. Eat some mush, you dogs. My own people weren't washing their hands either. Nobody was washing their hands. I'm the only guy. I bought all these fancy little soap like the seashell, like a conch shell. Like a conch shell. You put up to your ear You can hear the ocean. I'm like, did they even use the soap? I bought that special soap, the special antibacterial soap, and the thing, you push the top down and the stuff comes out of your hand. They didn't even use the antibacterial soap. My own... Really? My own people. Colt 45 works every time. These Cavatellos must have had 50 ladles put through them. We had to go back with the laundry basket and wash the dirty ladles so we had clean ones by the end of the night. I was standing there like, did you wash your hands? Did you wash your hands? Little old lady, did she wash her hands? Did she wash her hands? Go to the bathroom, Grandma. Yeah, wash your hands. Crack this thing. We're gonna, in my friend Mason's most eloquent words, we're gonna crack this bitch open. We're gonna suck it down. This goes out to all the Marines stationed all over the world, protecting our silly asses at Christmas time, no less. Merry freaking Christmas. You guys wash your hands. I know you do. You're good boys and men. Crack that open on camera. Throw that thing into... I don't want to throw it. Look at the bubbles. Look at the bubbles. Bubbles. And then labels out, baby. Ma, did you wash your hands? Like, that's all I did the whole wedding. And I'm thinking, oh, you picked a good one. But the food was good. We had it at the Georgetown. You ever been to the Georgetown? It's good. Georgetown's nice. Well, I know you guys ain't from around here. Georgetown, it's down Youngstown. West side. That is, without a doubt, the very best cannoli I've had in such a long time. I don't like my cannoli too sweet, It's so good. God bless. God bless Checkerboard Cheesecake. And they don't even know I'm doing this for them, this whole promotional stuff thing. I didn't tell them, because I just do it because I'm a nice guy. And I go downtown Alliance and I get the cannoli. Now listen, I'm gonna have a cigarette, a little Ziggy. I go, okay, and I'm not making this up. Christmas, and they'll tell you I'm not making this up. I'm a good customer. I don't go all year, but gotta watch my figure, But I go there, and they got the dozen cookies, the snowman and the star and the little, stocking you hang by the chimney, and then they got the snowman and the little star, and then they got the candy cane, and it's got all the icing on it. So that's a sugar cookie. I get like 2 dozen sugar cookies every Christmas, and then I get the they got the cookie tray. Now I get 10 dozen cookies. I don't know. I end up spending like $150 in there, but it's so cheap. To me, it's cheap, and I'm gonna tell you why. You go in there and you get 10 dozen cookies, and they got the little clothespin cookie with the little filling in them. They're like a miniature cannoli. They wrap the pastry around a clothespin, and then it got a hole in it. And then they put the cream in it. And they got the kolache cookie. You know what kolache cookie is? Kolache. They fold it over, they put a little apricot or a little bit of nut spread in there, And then they got the They got these cookies. It's like a chocolate chip cookie, and they dip it in white chocolate. And they dip it in chocolate. They got that kind of cookie. It's about that big around. And they got the like Oreo cookies. They make a bunch of these white Oreo cookies and black Oreo cookies. And all kinds of cookies. Like you get 10 dozen, 20 dozen cookies. I get like, I don't know how many I get. I get this big tray. This tray's like this big. And these guys, I bring these cookies home. I spent $175 last year. And I brought all these cookies home. I brought home a kolache. I brought home a apple strudel roll thing, like a Danish. I brought home a cherry Danish and an apple strudel Danish. I come home and I go out and I, got a little bit of work to do. I got to check on that brother-in-law of mine that's running the pool hall. I didn't swear. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay. I come back home. That cookie tray was half empty. And I'm not making this up. I'm not making it up. That cookie tray was half empty. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, somebody's getting hurt. Oh, the kids got in it. My wife's sitting there wiping her face off, I'd rather she was wiping something off her face with all the guys there, but no, there was powdered sugar on your face, honey. Yeah. So I'm sitting there like, what kind of guy you think I am? Huh? Somebody asked me to quit smoking. I said I'll get around to it. But anyway, I'm sitting there. Boy, that stinks. The Newport's a horrible cigarette. I don't know why these guys keep buying them for me. So anyway, I'm sitting there. I say, I'm not going to open up that cookie tray and count. But I think there's about 5 dozen cookies missing. That's what I think. And they're like, no, boss. Nobody touched them cookies. I said, well, okay. Nobody touched that cookie tray. There's 10 dozen in there. Okay. But there's only 1 dozen cookies in that cardboard box over there. There's only 1 dozen cookies in that over there. So if one of you mugs got into those sugar cookies, the fancy sugar cookies, they're like this big. I think we can do an easy count. What do you guys think? Should I do an easy count to see if there's any sugar cookies missing out of that dozen? I like how they take and they eat like 5 or 6 dozen cookies, and then they spread out the other ones that are left to make it look like they're still there. Don't you? Yeah, I thought so. That's the part I like the best. That's the bestest part. That's 40 ounces right there, baby, of American Gold. So, I'm like, okay, all right. So, I go in, I open up the box. It's a little bigger than this. These cookies are huge, man. You couldn't fit 1 dozen in here. You can only fit about 4 or 5 inside this box. And I'm like, okay, let's count these cookies here. There's 2 snowmen, 3 snowmen, star, snowman, star. Where's the candy cane? Who ate the candy cane? Huh? Oh, that candy cane got right up and just walked right out of here. The candy cane, ain't no candy canes in there. Who ate the candy cane? So I open up the other box. I got 2 dozen of these things. I open up the other box. Oh, there's only one snowman in there. Who ate the snowman? All right, this is over until one of you tells me who ate the snowman. Just tell me. Just tell me. Nobody's gonna get hurt. I could actually sit here and not kill you for banging my old lady, but I'm gonna kill you if you lie to me and I know you took that cookie. And my wife's over there going, "Oh, you're just rotten. You're just foul. You're just filthy." And I'm like, well, "Thanks a lot." She's right too. Then she's over there. I'm like, "Will you just go to your mother's house? Go to your mother's house already." You know? Right? Oh, whew. That's righteous. So I'm sitting there like, okay, let's back it up a little bit. She did. She went to her mother's house. Oh, I don't, we're not divorced, uh, you know, in the eyes of the church, we're not divorced. But anyway, she wasn't cheating on me, it's just I get jealous. I get jealous all the time. Like, why is that guy over at my house? I think he's like, touching the old lady when I ain't there. Then I find out he ain't even into women. He's eating my cookies. This guy ate $65 worth of cookies for my kids. Those are my kids' cookies. Who in the hell could sit there with a glass of milk and eat 65 cookies? I said, you stupid son. Put a white beard and a hat on and you could play Santa Claus. Who the hell could eat that many cookies? Santa Claus doesn't. He eats a cookie every house he goes to, takes a bite out of it. That cracker don't even eat that many cookies in a night. Excuse me. What's wrong with you? I'm looking right at him. He's pointing the finger across the room. He's like, "Well, I ate." I'm like, I just want to know who ate the snowman, because somebody's going to Checkerboard Cheesecake and get the other goddamn dang snowman. You're getting me a whole box of snowman. I don't care if you have to buy 10 boxes to put 12 snowmen in one box. You're getting me 12 snowmen in one box with the blue icing. They got the blue icing on them on the edges, and then the white and the little, in the corncob little pipe. And I like those ones. Those are really nice. Yeah. Well, they remind me of like when I was a kid. My grandma used to go down to Rulli Brothers, and there was a bakery right beside it, and they had the little Christmas cookies. My grandma would say, "You want some Pinzels? You want some Pinzels?" I go, "Yeah, Grandma, I want some Pinzels." You ever have the Pinzels? They're like little waffles, cookies. They're real thin. We used to have them after Mass. We used to have the little Pinzels, and I loved the Pinzels. They were real flavorful. I think they had like, I think the Pinzels had almond extract in them. Yeah, they were real good for that. Yeah. So anyway, my grandma used to get me those, and I don't know. They had these little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cookies and the little snowman, and they just remind me of when I was a kid. Growing up on the east side. I grew up on the east side, And that's before, the neighborhood changed and we had to move out. And it was nice. And my grandma used to take me down there and drop me off at East High. She had a big Cadillac. Big, big Cadillac. It was red, two-door. And she would stop at every intersection, even if there wasn't a stop sign. She would stop at every. I know I got to get to the crime thing, but I'm stuck on this. I miss her. She she was great for insurance scams. My grandmother. She always thought up an angle. She loved the number. She loved playing that three-digit number. She's always down at the bookies. I don't know. It's just something she was into. Oh, your grandmother's still alive? Oh, that's good. So anyway, um, yeah. You never had Penzels? They're like real thin. They're like a waffle. You put them in a waffle iron thing, and they're real thin, like I don't know, thinner than this plate, but they're like a waffle looking thing, and that's because you put them in a press. You put like pancake batter in there with the almond extract or the vanilla extract, whatever flavor you want. And then it's a thin cookie, and you stack them up, and then you can sell like a dozen Penzels for like a couple bucks. And you just they're kind of like a pastry shell, but they're flat. Does that make sense? Yeah, kind of like that. You know, they're not hard. They're real soft. They're not. They're not. They're crispy, but they're not hard like a waffle cone or anything. So they'll snap and break pretty easy if you're not careful. But we used to go to mass, and then after that we'd have the confirmation class. And at confirmation class, we used to have the Penzels. Our teacher used to bring them in. It was pretty cool. I had girls and boys in my confirmation class. I did. I loved it. And I used to get those little chick tracts, the little comic books. Did you ever get the little comic books? They were like, I don't know, they were like a little bigger than a pack of cigarettes. And they were like, a little comic book with two panels in them. And I used to get these little chick tracts. And I'd leave them all over the church, like how Catholics are bad. And those were the good ones, the old ladies would get mad. If you go trick-or-treating, you'd go into hell, you're going to become a devil worshiper. I used to find these chick tracts laying around at the truck stops and stuff when I was collecting money when I was a kid for the bookie, and I'd gather them all up, and then we'd leave them all over the church. Like they had ones on the Catholic Church and the Masons. The Masons are bad, and then they had one on the Christian Scientists. Don't give them a blood transfusion. It's up to God. And we would go to the Christian Science Church and leave these chick tracts, making fun of their church all over the place. And we'd go down to trick-or-treating time and leave the chick tract comics laying there in the grocery store where they're trying to sell the candy. And then that little old Mr. Swope would come out of there. Mr. Swope, old Irishman. He'd come out of there, shaking a broom, You little mother, He really didn't like us. And he'd say, you're ruining my business, And we'd all giggle and laugh at him and give him the bird. Yeah, I never even talked about the Iceman or Mr. Freeze, Mr. Tasty, or anything, or all those, whatever you want to get off the books there. Well, it's almost Christmas time, and look, I finished it. And I just feel like talking about something fun. And I wanted to talk about this wonderful bakery that I know that does some of the coolest stuff that makes Christmas special for me and my family. And I just love their cannolis, but I love everything they do. They make Christmas special for a lot of people, and they're a local bakery, and you don't see that very often anymore, and I really appreciate it. So I know some of you might have liked it better if I talked about the Iceman, Mr. Tasty, and all the murders they performed down in Jersey and New York. But we'll do that next time, right? Because there's always going to be a next time. There's always going to be a reckoning and a next time, right? That's right. And we'll have fun. But in the meantime, I hope you and yours have a wonderful Christmas season and a Happy New Year. Now, I've heard from a little bird that this cannoli caper happened first because they had to set up the next couple things. There might be a werewolf coming, and there might be a big, huge man of the forest, the Green Man. Yeah, Hagrid, this half-giant guy from those Harry Potter books, might be snooping around soon. So, stay tuned. Keep your eye on it. Because we want everybody to have a good Christmas too, and a lot of fun. Hope I made you laugh. We'll get into that case file next time. How's that sound? I could talk about Kuklinski all day long. But today, I felt like talking about my sister's wedding. Hope you don't mind. I didn't think you did. Well, until I see all of you again, have a good day. Alright? Thumbs up. Take care and God bless you. Bye-bye. That didn't go so bad. Let's see, what else did we do? Yeah, we had fun with those. Oh, the Masons Lodge hated those Chick tracks because they had the whole, the horned demon guy, the horned ram head guy was running the Masons, and they were all pissed about that. That Bafa Musafet or something, Baba Mofafet or something, from the guy from Star Wars or something. And oh man, we used to go down to the Masons Hall and get them pissed off. We'd throw the Trick tracks all over the floor. They'd come in and see them and just be like, "Oh, you, oh, you." It was great, and they were free because I don't know who paid for these things, but these little comic books were free, and they would just throw them everywhere. And I loved these things when I was a kid. I'm gonna have to bring them in and show you. Would you like to see some Trick tracks?